It's good to know the truth, but is that even possible? In quarantine, we have lots of time to think and brood, especially while walking the stairs for exercise. And whereas we try to limit our forays outside our homes, the insect world has no qualms about invasion. How can we know if something is true or not? For many people, what they know to be true is what they've been told is true. Received wisdom. The problem with the received wisdom school of knowing is that there are a lot of authority figures telling us a lot of contradictory things. I have a very talented artist friend named Tom Mallon, who has long been fascinated with the history of the early Christian church. In one of his blog posts, Tom points out all the various 4th century sects of Christianity, whose names I won't even try to pronounce. Each one knew they alone were right, and they were more than happy to slice the throats of those who disagreed. That sums up the problem with received wisdom. How do you pick the one guy beaming out the truth when there are so many in the beaming out business? Who is the real Kirk Douglas when everyone is yelling, "I am Spartacus"? Constantine finally ordered these various early Christian sects to agree on one set of beliefs. Progress, I guess. Now only the head honcho could kill you for heresy. Another way of knowing the truth is to realize that you may never get to it, but you need to constantly move closer to it. This is known as the scientific method. New information and facts, continually added over time, enhance your sense of what is likely true. I applied this recently to a health scare. What the heck was this thing on my toe? Internet research showed me that it could be toe melanoma, exactly the thing that killed Bob Marley. Apparently, when those 3 little birds sang, "Don't you worry about a thing," they excluded toe melanoma. Further research showed me that if the lesion moved in a northerly direction, then it was probably not melanoma, but instead a bruise. I applied the scientific method over several months, and now am 70% sure that I don't have toe melanoma. That percent was boosted to 90% once I learned that the Asics shoes I loved for decades had narrowed their toe box, and seeing that both my big toes had these lesions, the bruise theory gained in credence. I love the scientific method, but what if you want to know that something is not probably true, but absolutely 100% true? Though I have forgotten most of what I learned 50 years ago, I have a degree in mathematics, and I was always fascinated by how mathematicians can prove their theorems to a complete degree of certainty. They use various methods. In direct proof, they take axioms and other theorems and combine them logically to prove a new theorem. With proof by contradiction, you assume that your theorem is false and see where that leads. If it leads to the conclusion that something true must be false, then the theorem itself must be true. Mathematical induction is an interesting method, especially in number theory. There are 2 steps. First, you have to show that the theorem works for a base number, such as 1. Then you need to prove that if it works for any number n, which is greater than or equal to 1, that implies it would work for the next number, i.e. n plus 1. When these 2 steps are met, the theorem is proved. Let's check back with our insect visitor. He knows he's in a pickle, but continuously tries to escape. What can he be thinking? Within his little shot glass, he has perfect free will, but that doesn't seem to be useful in his struggle. What he's thinking now is, I need desperately a higher power. Now, he may be wrong in his faith, but you really can't blame him if he flies back into the insect world to proclaim the good news of the existence of John Thornton.